The fact is, you're probably losing customers right now to involuntary churn. Today, we're going to talk about the most effective ways to reduce it. I'm Flavie from Rebilly, your partner in subscription billing. When you work with recurring billing as closely as we do, then you see that churn can make or break a subscription business. If your business is a bucket, then churn is a hole in that bucket that you need to do your best to plug. So today we'll cover exactly how to plug that hole to keep your business healthy. But what exactly is churn? Churn is the process of losing customers. And the first thing that you need to know about it is that there's two types of customer churn: voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary churn is when an unsatisfied customer decides to cancel their subscription. Companies are already fighting this and have retention departments dedicated to preventing it. For example, they might try to offer the customer an incentive to stay or find out the reason why they're leaving, and this will improve their retention strategies in the future. Now that's voluntary churn. What about involuntary churn? Involuntary churn occurs when a subscription is unintentionally interrupted. In other words, the service is canceled, but not because the customer requested it. This can happen for a number of reasons. For example, the customer loses their payment cards, or their card has expired, but they forgot to update their payment information. In that case, you, the merchant, try to process the payment, but the transaction gets declined. These declined transactions can lead to service interruption, and that affects your business in two ways. On one hand, it cuts into your profits. On the other hand, it damages the relationship with your customer. Customers who experience an unexpected loss of service will oftentimes become angry at you, the service provider, even though it wasn't your fault. Especially if you're a SaaS company and your customers rely on your service as part of their business. So an unexpected interruption of service will mean that their customer will lose their service too. All of a sudden, we have a domino effect of unhappy customers, and ultimately, you'll take the blame. So how do we solve the problem of involuntary churn? The first thing you'll have to do is track it. Look at your decline transaction. You'll want to filter the data according to the type of card decline that caused the churn. Was it caused by an expired card or outdated billing information? Or was the card blocked for some other reason by their banks? Identifying the cause will help you develop an appropriate strategy in response. One of the best ways to fight involuntary churn is to prevent it by using automated management tools, which means that you can automate actions based on different decline scenarios. A great advantage of these tools is that they require no customer intervention. Here's a few strategies using our tool of choice, Rebilly, but the ideas are the same no matter what tools you're using. Strategy number 1, use an account updater. By using this tool, any relevant billing information of your customers will be automatically updated. It's an excellent way to prevent churn without bothering your customers whatsoever. Strategy number 2, guess the new expiration date. You can try to guess the new expiration date before the transaction gets declined. Some tools, like Rebilly, offer this as a feature to automate this process for you. Strategy number 3, send reminder emails. Set up an automated email campaign right when the card is about to expire. This will prompt your customers to take action and update their billing information. And they'll probably prefer that than to have their service interrupted. Strategy number 4, get smarter with your retries. When a transaction gets declined, you can try to process the payment again later. And that's why it's so important to know why the transaction was declined in the first place. For example, if a customer pays with a debit card and it gets declined due to insufficient funds, then you can schedule your retry for the first of the month, because that's when most people get paid. This will improve your chances of getting your transaction approved. Well, this wraps up our top strategies to fight involuntary churn. Rebilly has a ton of tools to help you maximize your profit. To learn more about them, click the link below. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment and we'll be happy to answer them in a future video. Thanks and see you next time.